Hello and welcome to Angels on Call. Today we'll be dealing with care of patients with urinary catheter. So the contents for today's topic is production of urinary catheter, different sizes, parts and types of urinary catheter, indications for catheterization, procedure, complications of Foley's catheter and nursing diagnosis. So a urinary catheter is a flexible and a hollow tube used to empty the bladder and collect urine in a drainage bag. So the catheter, it usually remains in the bladder. It allows the urine to flow through it and into the drainage bag. This is the flexible tube which is inserted into the bladder for easing empty into the drainage bag, and this is the drainage bag. So the catheter can be made of silicone, it can be made of plastic or rubber, or there can be 3-lumen Foley's catheter. So this catheter is normally used for bladder irrigation. So through this third channel, there is continuous bladder irrigation through NaCl or any other medications. Through this drainage channel, it is connected to the drainage bag, and from here we inflate the balloon. So the sizes of urinary catheter, it starts from 6 French and goes on till 26 French. Normally for adults we use 12, 14, 16 and 18 French of urinary catheter. Now we go to the parts of urinary catheter. From the previous slides, this is the opening which goes to the bladder. So from here the urine flows all the way from this tube to the drainage bag. From here we inflate the balloon. Like for each catheter there is a standard volume of sterile water to be pushed to inflate this bladder so that this catheter do not slide down from the body. So here it is 10 ml. So 10 ml of sterile water is injected into the tube, and this balloon, it gets inflated, and because of that catheter, it remains in situ. So here we have the bladder opening for emptying the bladder. We have a balloon, this is the body of the tube, and here we connect the drainage bag, and this is the balloon port. Next we go to the types of urinary catheter. So there are 3 types of urinary catheter. The first is indwelling, the second is external, and the third is short-term catheters. So first we'll go to the short-term catheters, also known as intermittent catheters. So this intermittent catheterization, it involves inserting and removing the catheters several times a day. So this eliminates the need to wear a continuously draining catheter. This type of catheterization is fairly simple. It is a fairly simple procedure once you get the hang on it. So most people are able to catheterize themselves. So because the patient removes the catheter when the bladder is emptied, it frees him up, and for a more active lifestyle, it increases his quality of life. There are fewer complications and the chances of developing other infections or blockage is reduced with intermittent catheterization. Next is external catheter, which includes condom catheters. So a condom catheter is a catheter which is placed outside the body. It is intended for men who have serious functional or mental disabilities such as Alzheimer's or dementia. So the device, it looks like a condom and it covers the penis. There is a tube that leads the condom device to a drain. So these catheters are comfortable and they carry a very low risk of infection than indwelling catheters, and condom catheters can be worn for a day or 2. The third is the indwelling catheter, which goes directly into the bladder. So indwelling catheters, it resides in the bladder, and so we can call it as Foley's catheter. So it was first introduced by Frederick Foley in 1929. They can be used for short term and long term, and the catheter goes to the bladder via urethra. So sometimes there is an indwelling catheter into the body through a tiny hole in the abdomen. So this type of indwelling catheter is known as suprapubic catheter. So there is this tiny balloon at the end of a catheter, and this balloon is inflated with sterile water to prevent the tube from sliding out of the body. We can deflate the balloon during removal. Next we go to the indications of catheterization. The first indication is urinary incontinence. The second is urinary retention. The third is bladder or kidney stones. The fourth is blood clots in urine. Then the next is prostate enlargement. Then is epidural anesthesia. Then is the surgery. So to drain your bladder during surgery or before or after surgery, and the surgery can be on your prostate gland or any genital area, like for example hysterectomy or any fractures. Next is injury to the nerves that gives signal that you have to urinate. So if that nerve is getting infected, there will be an indication for urinary catheterization. Next is spinal cord injury. Spinal cord injury, if you are destined to a wheelchair or you are destined to a bed. Next is mental illness. The next is certain medications. So certain antidepressants or any selected antihistamines, antihypertensives that impair the ability of the bladder muscles to squeeze, which causes urine to remain stuck in the bladder. And also to deliver medicines directly into the bladder, for example chemotherapy for bladder cancer. The next is to monitor correct output chart in case of kidney disease patients post dialysis or before dialysis or after any kidney surgeries. Next is the complications of urinary catheter. The first complication is urinary tract infection, which is characterized by having fever along with chills. Then there will be cloudy urine. Then there will be burning sensation in the genital area. There can be backache and hematuria. So these complications, they can arise if you do not follow aseptic techniques while inserting the catheter or while taking care of the catheter, or the catheter is in situ for a very long time or for beyond the recommended time. Then the next is leakage of urine. If there is no proper inflation of balloon, the catheter can come out or there can be leakage of urine. Then there is allergic reaction. If the patient is allergic to latex or anything similar to that, there can be allergic reaction. The next is bladder stones. Bladder stones can be because there can be urinary retention, and this may cause bladder stones. Next is septicemia. As I mentioned earlier, if the catheter is not changed before the recommended time or during the recommended time, there can be sepsis or septicemia. Next we go to the catheterization in females. First is perform hand hygiene. You have to give proper supine position with knees bent and hips flexed. You have to clean the genital area with soap and water, which is normal soap and water, because this is not an aseptic method which you are going through. This is just the first stage of catheterization. So if the patient is oriented, movable and everything, you can ask the patient to go and clean his genital area with soap and water. Then second, again you perform hand hygiene. Then you open the dressing pack. There are catheterization trays available in the hospitals which contain forceps. There will be two bowls. One is to pour sterile water and the second to pour betadine solution. Then there can be cotton applicators. Then there can be gauze pieces. And then you have to prepare a sterile field using every aseptic technique. You have to pour normal saline into the bowl or the tray which is there in your catheterization tray, and then you have to go and perform your aseptic hand washing and don sterile gloves. Then you should apply sterile drapes or towels, like you can see in this picture. This is sterile drape or this is towel which is disposable, or in some hospitals they are made of cloth. Then the next is you should separate the labia with one hand, and you have to expose the urethral opening. Like women have urethral opening and then there is vaginal opening. So you have to expose the labia and you have to check for the urethral opening. Then using swabs held in forceps in the other hand, you have to clean the labia fold and the urethral opening with the betadine solution. You have to take the catheter and lubricate it. Then insert the catheter in the urethral opening. So this is the urethral opening and this is the vagina. So see, you will expose the urethral opening by separating the labia, and then you insert the catheter after lubricating it. So insert the catheter in the urethral opening until the urine begins to flow through the catheter. After that, you will be inflating the balloon slowly with sterile water to the volume recommended on the catheter. As I said earlier, you will be inflating through this port. This is the port of inflation. So if the patient experiences pain, it could indicate the catheter is not in the bladder. So deflate the balloon and insert the catheter further into the bladder. Always ensure that the urine is flowing before inflating the balloon. Withdraw the catheter slightly until resistance is felt and attach it to the drainage system. You have to remove the gloves after that and perform hand hygiene. And then secure the catheter to the thigh with a tape. Then clean the trolley and dispose of used articles into the yellow bag and again perform hand hygiene. So I hope you understood the procedure, step-by-step procedure of catheterization in females. In case of males, the procedure is the same. Only thing is you are applying the lubricant directly into the penis. We go to the nursing diagnosis. So after catheterization, these are the diagnoses to be maintained. Impaired urinary elimination related to disease condition. You can pick up any disease condition from the indications I mentioned or from the present condition of the patient. Then there will be anxiety and fear related to catheterization, knowledge deficit related to prognosis of the disease. Then there can be risk for urinary incontinence related to complications of catheterization. Then there can be risk for activity intolerance related to indwelling catheter, and there can be risk for infection related to catheter in situ. That's all for today, folks. I hope you are happy with the class, and if you are happy, kindly share it with your friends and comment below for any topics to be taken in the next class. And do not forget to subscribe the channel for latest videos. Thank you.